Okay, so Silva is a system that has been created by Jose Silva, and he's from Mexico. He never went to school other than to teach. Okay, and he did a research of more than 22 years as to how the brain works, how genius work, what is that makes them so different, what is so special about their functioning of the brain that makes them a class apart from the rest of the crowd. And the best part is he used biofeedback systems, okay, that is electroencephalograph that studies the brain pulses. Okay, so he used to interview people attaching these electroencephalograph, and he used to see what brain state they are in. Okay, and he discovered that there is a special frequency of the brain, that is 10 frequency, okay, which is an alpha frequency of the brain, that seems to have so people seem to have access to some specific information that they are not otherwise is accessible. In layman language, what we are saying is we have our left brain and we have right brain. Okay, so left brain is logical, cognitive, linear, thinking, requires proof for everything. The right brain is creative, intuitive, spontaneous. So now what we are doing is most of the human race is functioning with their left brain. That is what the research said. So when we are functioning with our left brain, the frequency is anywhere from 14 to 21 times per second. So per second, the brain is pulsating 14 to 21 times. Okay, and this is like a research. This is not an opinion, but a fact. Okay. However, only 10% of those people who were interviewed, they were able to consciously lower their brainwave frequency to below 10 for microseconds. And those were the moments they were able to come up with some phenomenal philosophical statements or some answers that were very profound. Okay, so these 10% of the people were found that they are more balanced in their life. They are able to make better decisions. And of course, Jose Silva did a lot more research, and he really found that there is a spectrum from 7 to 14. So when the brain is pulsating a little lower, it is not pulsating too fast, 14 to 7. Now that is where he found is the secret to genius. So what we are actually doing in Silva is we are training people how to lower their brainwave frequency from the range of 14 to 21 to 7 to 14. So 14 to 21 is called beta frequency of the brain, those frequencies are called beta frequencies, and 7 to 14 frequency, when the brain emits that, we call that as an alpha waves. And there is another even lower waves called 4 to 7, that is even more relaxed state of brain. Okay, so what we are specifically training in Silva is how to access or how to lower your brainwave frequency to alpha and even to theta consciously within a matter of 10 seconds per se. And that is where you can unleash some of the amazing phenomenal psychic abilities. Or in another way, I would say that there is a subjective senses and there is objective senses. So objective senses are 5 senses with which we see, we hear, we smell, we taste, and we touch. Now exact 5 senses are there in the subjective dimension as well, which is associated with the right brain, which is associated with when you are in alpha, and you can use those subjective senses to detect information that is not in your physical vicinity. It is almost like I am closing my eyes, going into alpha, projecting my inner senses to my friend's home, and I am looking at what is going on in the house, and I am guessing how the house may look like. So what I am using my subjective senses, and we use that all of us use that when we are dreaming. We see things, we hear things in dreams. How do we do that? We are using our subjective senses. So we are in Silva, we are specifically training how to use your subjective senses to detect information. So it's a phenomenal, I think one of the most phenomenal skill that one can develop is to develop their subjective senses and to detect information so that they can know what is going on. And we have various different applications of this in our practical day-to-day life, ranging from all the roles, like a parent can use this to become a better parent, a businessman can use it to make better decisions, a doctor can use it to make right diagnosis, and even perhaps to be able to come up with the right approach to a specific dealing with a health condition. A student can use it to increase the grades. Someone who's going for an interview can better his performance. Someone who's in sales can know what exactly is the need of the client so that he can actually fulfill that need and provide those products and not just sell anything and everything. So he doesn't have to push a product, he would exactly know what is the requirement. So a sportsman can use it to enhance his performance in sports. So the application are endless. Like whatever field you are in, if you are a scientist, you will be able to come up with some different unique ideas. In fact, most of the discoveries have been made when the person was in alpha, like mostly in dreams, or someone I'm forgetting his name, but this guy who discovered the displacement of water. He was just sitting in the tub and the water got displaced, and suddenly he got this eureka moment. So what he was doing, he was sitting, he was relaxing, and suddenly he came up with this idea. So what we are in nutshell we are doing is we are helping you practically to relax your body and then relax your mind and get you to this alpha state, and there unleash your genius psychic powers, subjective senses. So that is what we are doing, and anyone who does this is going to enhance any area of life that he is working on, and he will be more balanced and have a better approach, and he will be able to come up with solutions faster than the other comparatively. So that is about what Silva can do.